All right, let's go ahead and start with our European history. This will be the pretty long one. I'll go a little more detail into each history, folks. Now, European history starts with Russian Revolution. Now, Russian Revolution, the biggest thing you guys need to understand is the conflict between the rich versus the poor. Most of these Russians during this time, they were struggling. They were starving at how in the in their house. They couldn't even warm themselves up. They were struggling. And the king, the Tsar Nicholas II, he was just living a great lifestyle, having crazy drip, having crazy clothes, looking great, his wife spending crazy diamonds, crazy gemstones, and his crazy tactic of just sending random citizens that was never trained in a battle to warfare. That messed a lot of citizens up. They were not having it. Through multiple revolution attempts, such as Bloody Sunday, where multiple citizens decided to march across to the palace of king to get the royal kingdom back so that they're able to get their throne, they're able to actually praise their freedom. Tsar Nicholas II responded with heavy military action. He shot those people that were staying, and that was why that event was called Bloody Sunday. Now, after a few attempts, Russian Revolution was finally led by the Bolshevik leader called Vladimir Lenin. We know him as this bald dude. He made this ideology called communism. First of all, he overthrew Tsar Nicholas II, and he became the new leader of Russia. So to start with, he became the new leader of Russia. So they started as a dictator. He told everyone, "Hey, I have this new ideology. It's called communism, where everyone is going to be equal. Everyone is going to make sure everyone gets paid the same. You're going to all be happy. You guys are all going to be rich. We're going to make a paradise." That's why he promised. But that promise was not kept because communism was just an ideology where government controlled all the citizen needs, wants, and even their own personal thought. So, unfortunately, Russia had to change their name to Soviet Union, and they went from a dictator of Tsar Nicholas II to another dictator of Vladimir Lenin. Now we're going to move on to another dark time in history. That will be when Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany. Now, Hitler became Chancellor of Germany due to this event. After World War One, Germany had to pay reparation. Germany had to shut down their military, and Germany had to pay $33 billion, which was, reparation. And Germany had to take blame for the war. Now, German, because of this event, got into a depression. They were very poor people. Average Germans were struggling. Now, the world did this so that German could not rise again, so that Germany could be struggling. And which was crazy for Germany. Germany at that time was leaning heavily United States. United States, unfortunately, due to Great Depression, was not doing good. Germany went into a greater depression. Now, Germany not only they messed up because their value of money was now nothing. People were literally burning money to keep warm. Money was literally used as a toy, kite, toilet paper. Money had no value. Hitler saw this unwell in citizen, and you could tell that Germans were very angry at this time. German was not having any of these. They wanted somebody strong to help them rise back up. They needed a change, just like Russian Revolution. Germany really needed change. At that time, Hitler saw that as an opportunity and said, you know what? I can make this thing called propaganda, right? Propaganda, so that we can control Germany. Hitler promised the Germans that, hey, if you follow me, I will make Germany great. I'll make Germany great again. The fact that y'all will be back on top. We will be back. We will be the world dominant power. The world is making us look like we're the bad guy. No, we will rise back on top. He was using poster like this where you will see a young, strong, healthy man looking with the Nazi flag saying, hey, if you join the Nazi, you can lead the country. You can be like me. You can be cool. There's also propaganda like this, anti-Semitic, where it makes Jews look like they're evil and they're there to kill, all German. Now, Hitler punished 11 million people. Hitler committed genocide, killed 11 million people. 6 millions of them were Jews, sent to concentration camp, was worked to death. I mean, this man was really one of the most top five evil person that we had. Hitler ended up, of course, suicide. But yeah, that is very important. The fact that Hitler used propaganda, such as this and this, to lure people to believe that he was this god to save Germany and put Germany back on top. Now we're going to talk about the Berlin Wall after the aftermath of World War II. So now that Germany is done, they had to split in two. Soviet Union took the east part of Germany. And I believe we said this millions of times, but let's say the slogan one more time. West is the best, East is the worst. West side was controlled by France, United Kingdom, and United States. It was controlled by what we call the Democratic side. The East side was controlled by Soviet Union. Now, at this time, there was also in a bigger lens. This is Germany, but in a lens that is bigger, Europe itself. Winston Churchill was basically saying, "Hey, there's this thing that is what is there's this thing going on where communists is taking eastern side of Europe as a whole and democracy is taking western side." So again, this is the same slogan: west side is the best, east side is the worst. West side controlled by democracy and east side controlled by communism. And this was called the Iron Curtain. Not like Berlin Wall, which was really real and physical because it was separating the west side and east side so that the east cannot jump over to the west. Iron Curtain was Europe as a whole. That big Europe, they were splitting that in two, west side and east side, and basically saying imaginary east side is more communist and west side is more democratic. Now, again, Berlin Wall was there so that Soviet side could not cross over to the west side, to the democratic side. And most importantly, why did Berlin Wall fall then? Berlin Wall fell because of a simple reason. Soviet Union fell. So, as you guys know, Cold War was a battle between Soviet Union versus United States. It was not really a real battle. They were battling against each other in different country, but theirs. But they were using propaganda and different type of machine technology to basically say, hey, who's going to be the top dog? Who's going to be the big dog? Is it going to be the United States or is it going to be the Soviet Union? Those two were the superpower when it came to Cold War. So now the question was, who's going to come on top and what's going to happen? Soviet Union unfortunately fell. The communists gave up and said, we're going to move on and be more into a democratic side where we're going to give citizens more freedom. Because again, we had this discussion in class every time. No one likes listening to government 100% of the time. Just like in the Smartlands, y'all don't listen to y'all parents and y'all don't listen to me. Same thing. They're not going to listen to government saying, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to. It's it's just going to fall. It's not going to work. And of course, Soviet Union falling, transitioning from Soviet Union back to Russia, the East side no longer had the Soviet Union, so it was literally controlled by nobody. People at the first, I mean, people did not like being in the East because West was democratic. They were really living their democratic lifestyle. People were working wherever they wanted to. They literally had a contrast of East was looking poor and West was really looking good. So of course, when Soviet Union fell, East was like, bro, why are we still a communist? Bro, break this wall down so that we can be one again. They decided to break the wall of Berlin and finally they reunited. Matter of fact, I told y'all a real piece of Berlin Wall is in Swanee, downtown Swanee. Go see that. Go see it. It's pretty cool. It's a piece of history right there. Now let's move on to the questions. Which were the cause of Russian Revolution? Russian Revolution again was because of rich and poor. They didn't want to go to war, and that man king was living crazy. Now let's see. Many Russian soldiers were injured and killed. Yes. The citizen trusted Tsar Nicholas and his government. No, they hated that boy. They hated that boy. There were food shortages in Russia and the citizens were starving. Yeah, people were struggling. The citizen did not trust Vladimir Lenin and the Bolshevik. That is not true. Citizen did trust them and they were the one that led the Russian Revolution. So the correct answer will be A and C. Next, it's a chart. Now, again, when we're reading chart, it's very important to read the title first. Approximate number of unemployed in Germany. So it's showing how people are losing job every year. So 1928. So people are losing. Okay, people are losing job every year, more and more and more. Okay, that's crazy. Let's see why. They said unemployment rate in Germany changed after World War One, 1914 to 1920. We can tell. Which statement about unemployment is best shown by graph? Let's see. Unemployment rate doubled after World War One due to growth of economy. I mean, we can't really say double. And matter of fact, we can't say grow of the economy. If more people are out of job, if more people are homeless, that's more people not making money. It's going to decrease. Now, B, talk about unemployment rate decrease. Now, we can see it's going up. It's not going down. So it's not B. Unemployment rate increased after World War One due to economic depression. We know this is true because of our notes. We know that economic depression will cause people to lose job, which probably will make C that right answer. But let's read D. Unemployment rate stay the same. We know this is not same. The answer is C. Now next, oh, this little cute thing. Crazy. Uncle Sam and Soviet Union, the bear. Now, how does this political cartoon highlight the conflict between superpower and the United States of USSR? We know the Cold War was battle between the two superpower trying to see who's the top dog. Let's see which one is talking about that. A, it represents how the superpower both train action against each other. I mean, it looked like they're trying to smack each other. We'll just keep it. Let's see. It explains main capitals of each superpower. They don't talk about none of that. Unless you want to talk money is capital. C. It shows how the superpower disregard religion. Nothing over there talk about religion. D. It demonstrates the weapon the superpower we're using. There's no weapon, meaning it's A. It literally looked like they're about to smack each other. Germany was divided into four occupied zones by Allied country. What was the purpose of this partitioning and occupying? when it comes to this, you guys don't need to read all this. You guys will be paranoid reading all this. It's a hard word. No, 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 no. Just read this. Germany was divided. We know this. We learned about this division of Germany. And it said, what was the purpose of this partitioning? Why did they divide? A, the Allied country had to work around division of Iron Current to set up new land and ownership. That's not true. We never learned about that. B, the Allied country wanted to prevent Germany from gaining too much power. We know that's true. And help them rebuild. Yes, that will be correct answer because we know that we wanted Germany to make sure that they don't go too crazy after Hitler, but we also wanted to make sure that they're okay. That's why they took control of the west side to make Germany good. Let's read over the others just to make sure why we know it's not that though. C. The Axis country promised Germany land. Nah, they didn't. They didn't promise nothing. The Axis country built walls to divide Germany into pieces so that they were easy to nope. And it says countries. We only see Soviet Union, so that would be incorrect. Now next, how did Hitler use a propaganda lead to this event in this chart? So let's look at the event. Aggression against Jewish people, boycotting Jewish business, segregating Jewish people within Germany. Um, do we need to read further? Let's see. Passing law forbidding certain rights, privilege to Jewish people, publicly burning Jewish synagogue literature and business. We know they're talking about Holocaust. Let's see which of them is talking about Holocaust. How did Hitler use a propaganda lead to this event? Hitler political party defended the rights of Jewish people. Does this sound like they're defending rights? No. Hitler propaganda forced Jewish citizens into attacking others. This don't talk about Jewish attacking others. No. Hitler propaganda created spread hatred towards the Jewish people. Yeah. If you heard this, of course, you know they're trying to hate Jewish people. Hitler belief led Jewish people to begin Cold War. Nope. The answer is C. It made the hatred towards Jewish people spread across Europe. All right, that was it when it comes to this history review. Thank you guys for watching. There's only two more review video in detail. Watch it every day, one each day. Watch it like twice. You guys should be ready. Man, I'm so proud of you guys. Again, let's lock in. Go ahead. Watch the next video right away.